All right, so Diablo the truth. All right, so you see in a screenshot this whole thing with Colin Kaepernick. Some people are calling it a publicity stunt. You see the Kunta Kinte T-shirt with the RBG on there. So look, here's my take. I'm gonna let you know that I'm leaning Colin Kaepernick. I'm gonna kind of always take his side on a lot of things because I feel like, man, he had a lot of balls to do what he did. So look, you can say whatever. It was performative. He was doing too much. It's a publicity stunt. He's overcompensating his blackness because he grew up around a white family. You could say all of this type of stuff, whatever. So now you have Jay-Z saying that he's disappointed in Colin Kaepernick because he turned his workout into a publicity stunt after changing the location. And there's a lot of media spinning. They're kind of making it seem like, and there's a lot of black people kind of fighting the bait where he's talking about, oh, well, give Jay-Z a chance. Jay-Z was working some things. He was pulling some strings behind the scenes. And what it comes down to is Jay-Z feeling like his reputation was damaged because he decided to make this deal with the NFL. So he did this deal with the NFL. He thought it wasn't going to be that much blowback. It was a lot of blowback. And he was embarrassed. So what you have now is the NFL and Jay-Z kind of doing this little media spinning. Like, oh, well, the reason I kind of made the deal with the league was because we were trying to get Colin Kaepernick a job. This is what I'm trying to do, some things behind the scenes. You know how how we say in the B1 community, like when people are talking about some stuff behind the scenes. If they can't say it in public and it's so-called behind the scenes, it's not really real, whatever they're doing, right? So that's why you see this little screenshot with Jay-Z. But this stuff was all just a media thing for the NFL because this is what actually happened. Colin Kaepernick was sometime, I guess, this week earlier this week, they called Colin Kaepernick. They say, yes, Colin Kaepernick, we want to give you your shot at the NFL. Okay, he says, well, could we do this on a weekday when you could actually have some people that are focused on, like, you can have some real people, the decision makers there, to kind of see him work out. They said, no, you got to do this on a Saturday. He didn't really want to do it on a Saturday unless he could bring his cameras. He could have some independent camera people kind of tape this whole thing. They said, no. If you do that, we can't allow it because we're going to have our own footage people and we'll give the footage to your people. We'll give the footage to your people when the workout is all said and done. And Colin Kaepernick is like, no, absolutely not. I don't trust you guys because you could doctor the video to show like all my bad passes and say it was a horrible tryout. You can then say, by shutting out all of the cameras, that basically you just weren't good enough. So this is why you kept hearing Colin Kaepernick say, all I want is transparency. All I want is transparency. He was talking about the media having access to the workout. Since this is a spectacle, mind you, they've called so many bums. When I say bums, I'm talking about quarterbacks who aren't as good as Colin Kaepernick. They've called so many guys. Just, hey, you know what? I kind of need you. Guys that are in their late 30s. Guys that haven't played, in a minute. Damn near out the league, about to retire. They called them up. One guy, his name was Brandon Whedon. And they called him up and, hey man, could you come up here? We want you to sign with us. So they sometimes call guys up and it's not the spectacle. It's just you get a call up, you go to the team, you do a physical, you do maybe a little couple tryouts. Is more behind the scenes, low key. This, all 24 teams were going to come out. This was the spectacle. He could already see the finesse of them basically set him up to fail. And not only that, when he shows up to that Saturday event, which he agreed that he was going to show up to, they make him sign some kind of waiver that says he won't pursue any legal action if they don't hire him. And he says, no, I just want the regular workout thing where it's just me working out, just me doing a workout. I'm not going to sign something saying that I won't pursue legal action, that you won't get me to do that. So him and his lawyer was like, oh no, this is, it fell apart. But Colin, being the person that he is, he already knew that it was going to kind of fall apart. He accepted it, but he ended up setting up a actual workout at a field separate from where the NFL location was. So it's like 60 miles. I don't know how 60 miles from the location where they were at. And it's basically an hour away from where the NFL had it. And all the media was invited. All the scouts were invited. It turned out that 8 scouts ended up showing up for that workout. I don't have the actual teams, but you could do your own research. And he went out there, and as you can see on the tweet, it says it was some people up there. This is Adam Schefter. This is a guy that's like the #1 reporter as far as the NFL goes when leaking out information. He's like the football Wojnarowski. But he says that after today's workout in Atlanta, an NFL executive at Colin Kaepernick's throwing session said his arm talent is elite and is the same as when he came out of college. He said that Kaepernick threw the ball well. So this is what you had when Kaepernick says transparency, because when you put the ball on their court, they could say anything. They have the power to different media outlets. They have the power of different reporters to kind of say, hey, look, if you want to basically be in good with us and certain access to certain things, you got to kind of report things the way that we want reported. When you have cameras and you have the media kind of on your side, what can people say? What really can people say? If all the cameras is there and everybody can see what's happening, what can people say? So, yes. So here's what I was talking about earlier. They wanted him to sign some kind of thing where it said he couldn't make an employment claim against the league if he didn't receive a job. And that's not something that they make the average person sign. This is how you kind of know that this was a chess game. See, this was Jay-Z trying to look good. This was Roger Goodell trying to get this thing out the way because it wasn't letting. A lot of people on social media that are wokey woke, they weren't letting this stuff slide. They could kind of see this nonsense that was happening. You know, this is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Yeah, you go out here. We got 24 teams that's ready. You haven't received any calls, by the way. You haven't received any calls from any teams. And all of a sudden, just one day, all 24 teams want to come out and see you play. That's not fishy to you? So that's what Colin Kaepernick kind of saw. And especially when they started bringing up, oh, that we want you to sign this thing so you don't have any more future claims against us. So I think that Colin Kaepernick did the right thing. And if the teams that really wanted him, they drove that 60 miles. If this was a player that had so much talent or whatever the case may be, if this is a person that 24 teams really wanted to see, the teams that really wanted him, they made the trip out there. So those teams that went out there and at least showed up, you got to kind of get them benefit of the doubt. Could still be like some kind of NFL scam, but hey, at least they showed up. And as a reporter reported, hey, his arm is still good. So we'll see what happens. And I'm out.